The 1990s were a wild decade for fashion. Celebrities experimented with bold colors, strange cuts, oversized silhouettes, and glitter that could blind an entire audience. It was a time when red carpets weren't always ruled by stylists, and stars often made their own risky choices. Some of those risks paid off, but others ended up as unforgettable disasters. Today, we're counting down the top 10 worst celebrity outfits of the 1990s, the looks that shocked, confused, or just plain horrified fans then and still make us cringe today. Number 10. Björk and the Swan Dress. Few outfits are as infamous as the swan-inspired gown worn by Björk, with its stuffed bird wrapped around her neck and body. This dress looked more like a costume than high fashion. It was meant to be avant-garde and artistic, but critics at the time were ruthless, calling it tacky and absurd, instead of making her stand out as a serious artist. The dress overshadowed her talent and is still remembered more for the joke it became than for its originality. Number 9. Mariah Carey's sheer bodysuits in the late 90s. Mariah was at the top of her career, but some of her outfit choices missed the mark. She often appeared in skin-tight sheer numbers covered in sparkles and rhinestones. What was supposed to look glamorous often crossed into overexposed and overly flashy. Mariah's incredible voice didn't need costumes that screamed louder than her talent, but many of those looks left fans asking why she had to go that far. Number 8. Carmen Electra's metallic cutouts known for pushing boundaries. Carmen often stepped out in dresses with aggressive cutouts and shiny metallic fabrics that clung to her body. While she had the figure to pull off bold fashion, these outfits often looked more like futuristic costumes than elegant evening wear. Instead of being remembered as a style icon, she landed on multiple worst dressed lists, proving that there is such a thing as showing too much. Number 7. Lil Kim's color overload. Lil Kim made waves in the hip-hop scene with her unapologetically bold fashion, but sometimes it was simply too much. Clashing neon colors, giant wigs, and eccentric proportions made her a frequent target of fashion critics. The confidence was admirable, but many of these outfits looked like experiments gone wrong. The lesson was clear: confidence is powerful, but coordination matters. Number 6. Pamela Anderson's red carpet gowns. Pamela was one of the biggest stars of the decade, but her style choices leaned heavily on glitz and exaggeration. Huge sequined gowns, dramatic shapes, and sometimes even feathered details made her stand out for the wrong reasons. While she embodied 90s glamour in many ways, these extreme outfits often tipped from sexy into over the top, proving that sometimes subtlety makes a stronger statement. Number 5. Destiny's Child and their matching costumes before they became global icons. Destiny's Child was known for wearing coordinated stage outfits, often designed by Beyoncé's mother. Unfortunately, many of these designs went too far with excessive fringe, strange fabrics, and awkward cuts. The group always looked unified, but the looks themselves were distracting. What was meant to make them stand out often made them look like they were wearing themed Halloween costumes. Number 4. Vanilla Ice and the oversized flashy suits. Male celebrities weren't immune from bad fashion. Vanilla Ice and other stars of the decade wore oversized metallic suits, animal prints, and loud fabrics that overwhelmed their frames. The 90s loved baggy silhouettes, but when paired with shiny patterns and bad tailoring, it looked more like a parody than a performance outfit. These choices haven't aged well and are a reminder that fit is everything. Number 3. Britney Spears and the layered shiny ensembles early in her career. Britney wore outfits that piled on every trend at once: shiny fabrics, crop tops, sequins, and mismatched pants. Each piece on its own could have worked, but together they created chaotic looks that lacked focus. Britney later became a pop-style icon, but in the beginning, these mismatched layers kept her firmly on the worst-dressed lists. Number 2. Janet Jackson's ill-fitting costumes. Janet was a powerful performer whose stage outfits were meant to be bold and dramatic. However, many of them were so heavy, stiff, or awkwardly shaped that they didn't flatter her at all. Costumes that restricted her movement or distracted from her performance proved that even superstars can be failed by bad design. Instead of adding to her power, they sometimes undermined it. Number 1. Bjork's swan dress. Revisited. No list of fashion disasters would be complete without revisiting that swan dress. While it may have been intended as art, it is still remembered as one of the most puzzling fashion moments of all time. To this day, people bring it up as the ultimate example of how daring can cross into disaster. The 90s gave us unforgettable music, movies, and culture. But it also gave us a long list of questionable outfits. These 10 stand out as some of the worst, not because the celebrities themselves weren't talented, but because fashion is powerful enough to overshadow even the brightest stars. Looking back, it's clear that the risks they took on the red carpet shaped the way modern celebrities approach stylists and image today. If nothing else, these disasters taught us what not to wear, and they gave us plenty of unforgettable fashion moments to laugh about decades later.